We are recording. Keeping a creative lifestyle isn't as easy as it seems, especially without getting into burnout. In this video, I'll share with you how I managed to get out of my burnout and the ways I implement in order to prevent that from happening again. Creativity is a difficult concept, especially if you have to do it as a job. You just have to summon it every day and go on with it. If it was some kind of ritual with dancing and chanting, it would have been so much easier, but sadly, it's not. Since you're watching this video, I can imagine you're a creative person yourself, and you understand these feelings and the stress that comes with it. People think you're born with it, but it's a lot of work to be creative, and you have to have a lot of inputs in order to stay creative and find inspiration. Let's talk about inspiration in another video because that's a completely big topic on its own. Once you burn out, you have to relearn it all over again. Create those neurological connections from scratch, pretty much. Because the old ways doesn't work anymore, so you have to find and create the new ways. When you're doing a 9 to 5, it's pretty daunting because what if I burn out today? How am I gonna go to work? Like I have to go, but how am I supposed to work in these conditions? Just thinking about it, it's pretty scary. For me, it's the same as I would have broken my arm and I wouldn't be able to use it. Maybe you don't agree with me, that's just how I see it. When you're still a student, you're pretty excited. You're trying out new things and you're experimenting so much. Everything is just colorful and exciting. The feeling of starting something new is pretty cool. Obviously, when you start a job, maybe not as creative as you imagined, it becomes more repetitive and monotonous and sometimes as scary as a copy-paste. That's sadly how you slowly become to burnout. I noticed that something was off when I was flipping through my sketchbook and all of a sudden it was all letters. Maybe it doesn't sound as scary to you, but my sketchbooks used to be very colorful and I used colorful like pages and it was doodles and just fun stuff. Yeah, for me it was a bit dramatic to see just white pages, like I was sitting down after work and I just couldn't do anything. My mind was just blank. How come if I was able to doodle and create stuff for hours? I try to do this routine when I just sit down and I try to force myself to do something. I would start with some lines or a blob and hope that something amazing would happen. That I would catch that flow and just be able to create again. After some trials, I realized that it's not working. It's my life. I'm a creative. My job is being creative, my hobbies are being creative. It was a bit dramatic for me, and I decided to call this phase a crisis phase. I knew I had to do something about it, and urgently. So I started to look for ways to get back on track. What can I do so I feel relaxed, but yet I can find the inspiration? I thought of the usual stuff, social media, YouTube, and movies. But my thoughts quickly became really toxic for myself. And it wasn't helping at all, it was just getting worse. I was being really pessimistic and comparing myself to others, but not in a healthy way. I needed to find a solution somewhere outside the internet since it was clearly not helping me at all. I have to expand my territories and come out of my comfort zone to be able to find the solutions that I'm looking for, my new ways that are waiting for me somewhere outside of my bubble. Creativity is boosted when you try out new things, when you see new things, and when you experience new things. That's exactly what I needed. It's time to expand your territories by living out of your comfort zone. By expanding your territories, you have a lot of new things to learn and explore. Let's see what 3 things I did new that helped me to overcome my burnout. For a really long time, I wanted to try out ceramics. And this was my perfect opportunity to try out something new and be away from my phone. Because oh boy, if you look at my screen time, it's pretty crazy. I was on the phone all day. So it was a huge plus to try something outside the internet and allow myself to try out different type of creativity. At first, I really felt like a loser because of course I'm learning something new, so everything is not as perfect as I imagined. I have to let my perfectionism aside in order to be able to create something. And yeah, it took some time, but at some point I decided to just accept it and accept that I'm not an industrial machine that makes everything perfect, but instead I'm a human and I'm creating something new. I really loved ceramics. It inspired me and it helped me to try out different techniques and different styles, because in ceramics everything is so different and there are so many different things that you can try. So I was really excited. It was so refreshing for the first time in so long to be able to just lose track of time. It really helped me to be present in that moment and feel things with my arms and really just be there and in that moment and not focus on anything else. The first thing that I made was heavy, rusty and far from perfect, which now is a candle holder. This time I could see my improvements and that encouraged me even more. And I'm really happy with all of the pieces that I made, and I'm very excited to give them to my parents, family and friends. As we heard so many times, sports help us to feel better mentally and physically. It's actually pretty funny, but when I was starting out videography, my goal was to choose the lightest camera so I don't use my arm force too much because I'm not that strong. That really didn't work out because first it's the camera, but then you have to add so many things. Let's just look at my camera. So a cage, a monitor, an arm, a focus, a microscope, a microphone. There are so many things that you have to add onto your camera. So obviously it ends up to be heavy. And you might say, well, just not add them. But actually it helps to avoid micro shakes, which is really a good thing, because if not, all the videos would be just shaky, you know. So yeah, if you want to be a videographer, you have to be in a good shape, because if not, you're not going to be able to deal with these cameras. With every level that you go through, the camera gets bigger, the rig gets bigger. You have to be really prepared for that if you want to do videography. When I had this realization, I decided to start fitboxing in order to get stronger in arms and in general to be in better shape. And I'm so happy that I did it, because like 3 months after that, we were called to shoot a short film. And I already felt much more comfortable with myself, and I was sure that I would be able to survive the shooting without being in too much pain and just nothing too crazy. So yeah, during this shooting, we not only had gear challenges, but also natural disaster challenges. But let's talk about the short film in the future. I will share all the details, and I really want to talk about this. I've learned so much and I really want to share everything about it. Sports is really great, not only for your physical health, but also for your mental health. And mental health is great for burnout. It doesn't matter if it's fitboxing or gym or walking in the forest. All those things will help you to feel better and to get the energy to get back to your creativity.
This one is a chill one. I've been back to baking and it's been a while since I've done it. Such a nice and relaxing process, and later I can have some fresh pastry and share it with my family and friends. Maybe that's my favorite part about it, and just have a nice time. You wonder what baking and tea has to do with the burnout? Well, you focus on other things and also rest. When you disconnect and just have calm time, you allow yourself to reset and come back stronger with energy to do things. It might sound dumb, but we need time to take a break and just do nothing or such just simple things to collect your energy for the future. Allow yourself to be you and just enjoy that coffee and cupcake and those stuff that you enjoy.
These were the things that helped me to get back on track and being creative and get out of my burnout. It's not easy and it takes time. But trust me, you'll be able to get over it and everything is gonna be fine. Maybe for you, something else works better than the things that I did, but I'm sure you can find something that calls your attention and something new that you can try out. Maybe you can go to a book club or anything that calls your attention. You can feel that the spark is there. Things like this are very helpful and will 100% help you to feel better. Now is your perfect time to give it a try. I'd love to hear what are your new habits that you're implementing to help you with being creative. or something that you want to try out. Feel free to share them. I think everybody should help each other out. And yeah, I really hope that this video has encouraged you to try something new and not to feel alone, because at the end of the day, we're here all together and everybody has felt a burnout at some point of their life. You can check this video out where I introduce myself and explain how I got into this situation in the first place. So yeah, you can check it out here. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, please leave it a like and subscribe so we can meet each other in a new video. So yeah, see you soon. Bye bye.
It's a wrap!